some tunes.
Welcome, dear friends. Our story begins in a land where the sun's golden rays bless both the grandeur of Pharaoh's palace and the humble homes of laborers. This is Egypt, magnificent, powerful, and for the children of Israel, a place of growing oppression. In times past, the Israelites had found refuge here, but now a different Pharaoh reigns, one who fears their numbers and strength. Overnight, the Israelites became slaves in a land that once embraced them. Their burdens multiply day by day. Yet hope glimmers even in dark corners of the human heart. Among those striving to protect life are two Hebrew midwives, known for their compassion. Shiphrah, quick-witted and resolute, and Puah, soft-spoken yet brave. They assist mothers in childbirth, often risking their own safety to preserve these newborn lives.
Pharaoh's decree grows harsher each day. He demands that we report any Hebrew boy at birth. But how can we deliver these sweet children only to destroy them?
We cannot. We must do what is right. Every child is precious.
When Pharaoh's orders become too terrible, he commands that every Hebrew newborn son be killed. Shiphrah and Puah find ways to shield helpless infants. Their act of defiance marks the beginning of a quiet resistance blossoming within the hearts of many.
I hear my command is not being followed. The Hebrews multiply. We must ensure the midwives obey or be punished. And if that is not enough, then every male child must be cast into the Nile.
Thus, fear blankets the Hebrew households, where mothers cling to newborns in terror. This decree hangs over every family, threatening hope itself. Yet even in these dire conditions, love perseveres. Meet Jochebed, a devoted mother with gentle eyes, and Amram, a strong yet soft-spoken father. They have 2 children already, a bright young daughter named Miriam, who seems wise beyond her years, and a spirited son named Aaron. But another child, an infant boy, has just arrived in their household.
He's beautiful, Omram. Look at him. He's so peaceful when he sleeps. But my heart shakes with fear whenever I think of Pharaoh's decree.
We will do everything we can to protect him. His life is a gift, Jochebed. We won't surrender him to fear.
I'll help, Mother. I can watch for soldiers near the street, and if I see anyone suspicious, I'll warn you.
You're brave, my sweet girl. We must be cautious. His cries grow louder every day. Someone might notice.
For 3 months, they succeed in hiding the baby, muffling his cries whenever Egyptian soldiers pass by. But as the child grows, so does the risk.
It's getting harder, my love. They search more thoroughly with each passing day. We must find another way.
I've been praying and thinking. There's only one path left. We place him upon the waters of the Nile, trusting he will be spared.
Mother, the Nile? But that's so dangerous.
Yes, but the same river used by Pharaoh's command might become our son's salvation. We'll weave a basket, seal it with tar and pitch to keep it afloat. Then we'll set him among the reeds where the current is calm. Perhaps someone merciful will find him.
In the darkest hour, sometimes the boldest acts of faith take shape. And this act will set into motion events that echo far beyond a single family's tale. Thus, with aching hearts and trembling hope, Jochebed and Amram ready the basket. At first light, Jochebed ventures toward the river, each footstep heavier than the last. She prepares to carry out a plan that both terrifies and consoles her.
My sweet boy, you must be so strong now. This is the only way to keep you safe. May the Almighty guide whoever finds you.
Mother, I'll hide among the reeds and watch what happens. I won't let him out of my sight.
Thank you, Miriam. I know you'll do all you can.
This moment, a mother releasing her child to the unknown, blends heartbreak and hope. Jochebed departs swiftly to avoid arousing suspicion, trusting in a plan larger than herself. Shortly afterward, the gentle splash of footsteps approaches. A small procession of Egyptian women, led by a young woman wearing fine linen garments and gold jewelry, steps to the water's edge.
Hold a moment. I see a basket there. Could it be a fisherman's trap?
I'll fetch it, my lady.
A Hebrew baby. Oh, the poor little dear. Why leave him afloat like this?
My lady, we know your father's decree regarding Hebrew males.
I won't see an innocent child harmed. His cries, they stir my heart. This child shall live.
Miriam, hidden in the reeds, takes a shaky breath, realizing a flicker of hope. With cautious courage, she steps forward. Your Highness, should I find a Hebrew woman to nurse the child for you?
Yes, please do. Run quickly.
Miriam dashes off. Moments later, she returns with Jochebed, who has composed herself to seem like any concerned Hebrew woman.
Take this child, nurse him for me, and I will see that you are rewarded. When he is older, bring him to the palace, and he shall be my son.
I will care for him, princess, as though he were my own.
Thus, through compassion from an unexpected source, the infant Moses, though unnamed to the princess as of yet, is spared from Pharaoh's decree. Jochebed nurses her own son in safety, cherishing borrowed time until she must relinquish him once again. When the child is old enough, Jochebed brings him to Pharaoh's daughter, who calls him Moses, drawn out of the water. So begins Moses' life in the royal household, torn between two worlds, his Hebrew roots and the Egyptian palace.
Come, little one, you shall learn to read and write as the Egyptian princes do. You will be strong and wise, a credit to my father's household.
A quiet longing rests in Moses' heart, though he cannot name it. Little does he know that one day this longing will reshape not only his life, but the fate of his entire people. Many years have passed. We see Moses now as a young man of the palace, tall and poised. Moses is no longer a child. Trained in Egyptian arts and sciences, he stands with a confident bearing, yet something within him remains unsettled.
My son, your studies progress well. It makes me proud to see how diligently you learn. One day you may hold a position of great influence in this land.
Thank you, Mother. I want to serve this land with honor.
One day, Moses steps outside the palace gates. The city bustles, market stalls, scribes, and commoners moving about. Beyond this lively center lies a construction area where Israelites labor under oppressive conditions. It happens in a flash. Moses sees an Egyptian overseer viciously beating a Hebrew laborer who has collapsed under a heavy load.
Stop this now.
Back away, Prince, or you'll get hurt. This slave deserves it for his laziness.
He's exhausted. Can't you see he can barely stand? If you strike him again, you'll have me to deal with.
In a surge of rage, Moses lunges forward, grappling with the overseer. Suddenly, the overseer falls to the ground, unmoving.
No, I didn't mean to.
In one moment of passion, Moses becomes a fugitive. He has killed an Egyptian, and Pharaoh will not let this stand. Moses glances over his shoulder. Fear and regret surge through him. He flees, heart pounding, leaving behind the palace and the life he once knew.
Bring Moses to me, he shall face the consequences of his crime. If he resists, then see to it he never returns.
Moses knows he cannot hide within Egypt's borders. He escapes into the vast desert, where scorching winds and rocky plains test his endurance.
What have I done? Where do I go now? I have no home. no future.
Yet, in this wilderness, a new life beckons. Though Moses feels lost, he is about to discover fresh purpose in a land called Midian. Moses staggers into a small oasis, marked by a well and a few scraggly trees. He sinks to his knees, drinking water in trembling hands. Nearby, a group of shepherdesses approaches with their flocks. Moses politely steps aside as the women begin to draw water for their sheep. Suddenly, a band of rough shepherds arrives, pushing the sisters away to water their own flocks first.
Out of our way, women. We need this well more than you do. These women were here first. Let them finish watering their flock.
Thank you. We've dealt with these bullies before, but never had help.
I'm glad I could do something right today.
Impressed, the sisters invite Moses to meet their father, Jethro, also called Reuel, a priest of Midian, known for his wisdom and open-heartedness.
My daughters tell me you rescued them from unfriendly shepherds. Please, sit, rest, you are safe here.
Thank you, sir. My name is Moses. I fled Egypt.
Egypt, That is a powerful kingdom. You must have faced grave danger to come this far.
I made mistakes. I can't return. I have no place else to go.
Then stay among us. Midian is a place of wandering souls. In time you may find new purpose here.
Little does Moses suspect that his purpose is intricately tied to the very people he left behind. But destiny isn't finished with Moses. It rarely is finished with any of us until we step fully into our calling. Time passes. Moses, once a prince of Egypt, embraces the life of a shepherd. Day after day, he guides sheep to green pastures and quiet streams. Through scorching heat and cool nights under the stars, he learns patience, humility, and perhaps a longing for more than this solitary existence.
You're learning quickly. Most new shepherds lose half the flock in their first week. You haven't lost any yet.
I've learned that sheep need a calm presence. But besides, you and your sisters have taught me well.
Moses, I see in you a heart that's been tempered by trials. Sometimes the desert can refine a person more than a palace ever could.
I still wonder if I belong anywhere. Egypt is behind me, yet my thoughts drift to the Hebrew people. I've seen their suffering. I ran away before I could do anything meaningful.
Your path isn't finished, my friend. Life often brings us full circle in unexpected ways.
Amid routine, an extraordinary moment awaits. Moses leads his flock toward the far side of the wilderness, drawing near a mountain known among the locals as the Mountain of God, Mount Horeb.
The wind feels different today, almost alive.
Moses, startled, squints to see this strange phenomenon in the distance. Drawn by curiosity, Moses steps toward the burning bush, each footfall echoing in the eerie stillness. Suddenly, a voice calls out, gentle but undeniably powerful, resonating in the air and deep within Moses's heart.
Moses, Moses,
here I am.
Do not come any closer, for the place you stand is holy ground. I am the God of your ancestors, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I have indeed seen the misery of my people in Egypt. I have heard their cries, I know their sufferings, and I have come down to deliver them from oppression. Now go. I am sending you to Pharaoh to bring my people out of Egypt.
But who am I that I should go to Pharaoh? I'm no leader. I fled that place as a criminal.
I will be with you. And here is a sign. When you bring the people out of Egypt, you will worship me on this very mountain.
What if they ask who sent me? How will they believe me?
Tell them, I am has sent me to you. If they still doubt, I will give you signs. Throw down your staff. Now, take it.
With shaking hands, Moses grasps the snakes. Instantly, it becomes a staff again.
I see. But I'm not a good speaker, Lord. I've never been eloquent, even in the palace. My words fail me.
Who gave humans their mouths? Is it not I? Even so, your brother Aaron can speak well. He will go with you. Speak to him of my words, and he will speak for you. Now go, the time is upon you.
I will go. I will trust you.
And thus, in a moment that defies logic, a simple shepherd becomes the chosen messenger of deliverance. No towering palace official orchestrates this mission, only a bush alight with holy fire and a voice that speaks with undeniable authority. The desert hushes, as though all creation listens. Moses grapples with the enormity of the task he's just received. He thinks of Pharaoh's power, the cruelty inflicted on the Hebrews, and the fear that once drove him into exile.
I left Egypt in shame. I was so sure I'd never go back. But if you say I should, then guide my steps. I can't do this alone.
In that single decision, Moses sets in motion a chain of events that will shake the might of an empire and liberate an enslaved people. Though he feels unready, he trusts the voice that spoke from the flames. Moses returns to Jethro's encampment. Moses approaches, a serious expression on his face.
You're back later than usual. The sheep are settled?
They are. Father-in-law, I've encountered something beyond explanation. I must return to Egypt.
You said you'd never return there.
Is it safe for you, Moses?
I don't know, but I must go. I believe I've received a command from the Most High to free my people. They suffer greatly.
If the Almighty has spoken, then who can stand against it? Go with my blessing, son. May the one who called you protect you on this journey.
I will come with you. Our family can't be apart now that you have such a calling.
Thank you. I need your strength more than ever.
And so, Moses prepares for a perilous return. The shepherd's staff in his hand is a constant reminder of the wonders he has witnessed, and the voice he must trust.
My brother, it's been so long. I heard rumors you might be returning.
Yes, and I need your help. I've been called to deliver our people from Pharaoh's grip, but I'm no public speaker. The Almighty said you would speak for me.
If he has indeed sent you, I will stand by your side. I too have seen our people's suffering. Let us face Pharaoh together.
And together we shall not fail.
So concludes the early chapter of Moses' life. Born under threat, raised in privilege, awakened to his true identity, and refined by years in the Midian wilderness. Now, armed with faith and a divine commission, he marches toward an uncertain destiny. In this story, we see how purpose can emerge from even the direst circumstances. A mother's courageous act, a princess's compassion, and a shepherd's humbling journey all weave together in a plan that transcends fear and doubt. We learn that our past failures need not define us, that even when we run from our destiny, grace can find us in the wilderness, and that true leadership often begins with listening to a call that stirs the heart, even if that call comes from a bush ablaze with holy fire. Thank you for joining us on this journey through God's Word. We hope today's animated Bible story touched your heart and strengthened your faith. If you found it meaningful, please like and share to spread God's message far and wide. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. God bless you and see you next time.